At the heart of the spiritual guidance training program is the sacred process of story. It's fundamental to all of our lives. We all have our own stories, our stories of all parts of our lives. But the most important piece of that is to notice when the divine is unfolding within that story and how the divine works. And one of the other pieces of it, we see that happening through the universe story, that the evolutionary story of that universe, of the world in which we live, and all the different developing faith traditions, and our own stories, our own personal stories, all in light of what's happening in the world today, all gives us the ability to look at ourselves and wonder how we might do that with spiritual seekers, people who come and sit with us.
We encourage each person and ourselves to really hold parts of ourselves that we may have dismissed or we dislike, to hold parts of another that we're not necessarily attracted to or inclined to appreciate. And I think we learn to hold our seekers with that kind of compassion. To welcome those differences, I believe, is really to encounter all aspects of every single unique thing that exists. And that invitation to be that awake and aware of that diversity, it really challenges us to learn to welcome everything that belongs.
Yeah.
And that every single thing that exists does have a story to tell. We really encourage people to grow in their capacity to notice and to become aware of their interior experience, of their inner experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's that telling them? What's it surfacing for them in a way that this may be something that needs to have a voice or they need to pay attention to?
Yep.
And what I find is a lot of times in our lives, we get so busy that that voice doesn't get heard. And that interior journey of noticing what's inside of me, what's rattling my cages, what feels uncomfortable, or where is this question coming up from within me? That kind of nudging that happens within us at an interior level is really, in many ways, the impetus toward our transformation, toward the growth that happens as a result of us moving deeply inside. We create that in the program by the way we invite them to look at that in every aspect, whether it's through the topics that are presented, through their own awareness of what's happening inside of them, from reading, from guiding people, being the seeker in both practice and in real life with those that come to them, and in supervision. What's stirring? What's under the wave that needs to be looked at? And so each time we participate in that noticing, we will be nudged closer and closer to a greater degree of self-awareness and hopefully love toward what's within us, the basic goodness of who we are, and hold that in a way that we really grow and change and are transformed. Go inside, notice, listen. What are you hearing? And what are those inner stirrings inviting you to recognize?